y'all to like discern what's real and what's true, you know? And I've been seeing y'all memes and stuff. People be making memes. I see the memes.
Collectively Norwood, Morgan in a statement to ABC News, Tony Busby, the attorney for Diddy's accuser and Jay-Z, said, "Thank you. We won't be intimidated or bullied, and we did contact Jay-Z and his team but had no answer, so I will state that the concerted and desperate attempts to target me as counsel for claimed victims are failing." 50 Cent. There is a claim that the new documentary series, Diddy Do It, which is scheduled to premiere in early 2025, has unique information on Jay-Z and Diddy's relationship. Jay-Z and Diddy and a teenager, 13-year-old teenager, and we were speaking about just the statement, right? The statement you were saying you felt like that was calculated, that was. Yeah, that the statement is something from, you can tell it was written by a lawyer because it sort of becomes hostile at one point, and he says things like, "You're going to find out like how I'll handle this, like," with the intention of being belligerent with another lawyer who isn't like you. A publicist wouldn't say those things, but this is on your this is on and it says, "I don't know what's going on. But are we still going to have the Super Bowl? I'm just asking for a friend. Yes, I'm asking for Kendry, and I'm just trying to figure out if we're still doing everything the way because, look, they'll fall back, but be like the NFL, they won't necessarily be associated with that, right? Right now, it's obvious that the walls are closing in on Will Smith. He can try to deny his ties to Diddy all he wants, but the evidence is mounting. 50 Cent isn't backing down. And if the rumors about those FBI tapes are true, then I'm going to Dre's studio and just sit with Dre. Maybe I stay out of trouble. If accurate, Will Smith may not be able to flee this much longer. What do you think? Is he really attempting to hide his identity, or is he only rushing to hide his traces before it's too late? Please share your opinions in the comments below. Look at your eyes, what a gorgeous face. And how old are you? Thank you. How old are you? I'm 16 and will be 17 in about 2 weeks. I don't remember ever smelling that good at 16. Now, it's time to decide whether you would rather drink a cup of blended music or have to perform naked on stage for a full song. Worm's response to Justin Bieber: "I have young female followers, and I can't leave." Just think of what Diddy has done to kids. Really abhorrent. Supposedly, Diddy also raped Usher while he was living with him when he was 13 years old. Everyone in the industry knew what Diddy did to Usher. And if it's okay with you, I'll ask because I know the subject is delicate. What happened to Usher? I heard about it from some music executives in the industry back in Harlem, and I won't mention their names because they may be speaking on. It's true, but I heard it from some music executives. Where did you hear it, bro? You know how people talk, and we were around some people, and then some people might say, "Yo, I don't F with that dude." At the time, I didn't even know.
Who'd you walk in on?
Him and Dwayne Martin.
Okay.
Hollywood is the hurry up and wait game. So 3 minutes later, after them telling
Who
me
the F Usher was. You understand what I mean when I say that. I don't F with them. And I'm leaving that industry and all that. You know how you sent this little girl to the hospital? Will Smith and Justin Bieber's parents allowed Diddy access to their children because they knew that Diddy's connections would make their children famous. The hospital man, __, was bleeding from the butt, and that's what was said, but I didn't even have a name for the child at the time. Then you heard it, and that's what happened. When Jay-Z married Beyoncé, he did the same thing to enable him and Diddy to build an empire. Look. He began receiving Grammys from both men. I mean, if you look at Heiser's career, he showed up at about 20, but my goodness, he had been at about 18 since you were depressed. He had a hard knock from a bro, and you're not wrong. He was drinking. And the cop paused. So you're claiming that the marriage is the reason for his success? Accolade because he is no longer seen as a thug or street rapper. He's now seen as a businessman, entrepreneur, family man, and the biggest ones because of Beyoncé's position. You can look at that ESS say the association to Beyoncé is when he started to receive the 16-16-17 since he's been with Beyoncé, right? And you go before that one, right? You see what I'm saying? So that came in association like you see the kids even have Reese, like they don't sing, they don't rap yet, and they also have previously won Grammys and __. So it's as if they handed them this trophy to ensure their attendance at the award presentation. It was very significant to the culture that they gave them this, and now that Jay-Z is being sued, since no relationship is sacrosanct to these individuals and every choice they make is a business decision, Beyoncé has decided that he is no longer helpful to her brand and is divorcing him. As far as Jay-Z is concerned, this may go any way and might be an isolated case. Tony Busby claims to be representing over 100, possibly as many as 300 victims, so it will be interesting to see if any of them also name Jay-Z and Nima. If such a well-known name as Jay-Z has come out, could more celebrity names be linked to these lawsuits?
Where she reveals that multiple times she tried to commit suicide.
I don't know why she keeps trying. She just get it done. Don't be bad at everything.
Could be a one-off case that he has to defend, or it could be a Me Too situation where other victims come forward.
We saw that with Diddy and Cassie Ventura. What are your thoughts?
Without a doubt, this may be the first celebrity. Let's not forget that there is a celebrity B in the same lawsuit who allegedly witnessed the sexual assault of a female celebrity. Earlier this week, someone went on CNN and claimed that another celebrity also witnessed his sexual assault, so I believe we will soon see more celebrity names revealed. Domino and Jay-Z were unmasked as celebrities A and B, respectively. As you said, Ron, I really appreciate you being here. It's good to have your actual legal advice on ace breakups on our radar today, including fresh information on the rumored upcoming divorce of music power couple Beyoncé and Jay-Z. Rumor has it that Queen Bee has been consulting her friend Gwyneth Paltrow for divorce advice. According to US Weekly, Beyoncé intends to end her relationship with Jay-Z and wants it to mirror the peaceful, intentional breakup of Coldplay's frontman Chris Martin earlier this year. Beyoncé's mother tells TMZ a different tale following their September on the Run tour dates, so don't worry, everything is okay. Time will tell us. Even though there is enough evidence for the case to proceed to trial, District Judge Anisa Tess has determined that Jay-Z's legal team is purposefully attempting to have it dismissed. Additionally, a federal judge has decided that the woman who claims she was raped by Jay-Z and Diddy Combs can stay anonymous. The woman claims both men sexually assaulted her at a party when she was 13 years old. In the most recent legal victory for the woman suing Jay-Z for allegedly raping her when she was 13, a federal judge ruled that the woman can proceed with the case while remaining anonymous, at least for the time being. However, the judge also chastised Jay-Z's attorneys, accusing them of attempting to expedite the legal process by multiple motions to dismiss the case, arguing that his accuser should be required to reveal her name. Disclose Jane's name in order to have the lawsuit dismissed, the court said in a 5-page brief that the Carter's attorneys. This latest legal twist follows Jane Doe's recent civil lawsuit alleging that Jay-Z, whose real name is Jay-Z, a multi-platinum artist who was 30 at the time and is now a business mogul with decades of hits to his name with songs like Run This Town, denied everything about Jane Doe's account and pointed to some alleged inconsistencies in her statement 2 weeks ago, claiming that Sean Carter and P. Diddy drugged and raped a 13-year-old girl at an afterparty following the MTV Music Awards in 2000 while an unnamed celebrity watched. Narrative. Not only is this narrative untrue, but it is also obviously untrue and never occurred. The judge wrote that although Jane Doe can stay anonymous for the time being, she might have to reveal her identity later so that Jay-Z's attorneys can gather information needed for the trial. Frequently, when someone is accused of a crime like this, the accuser doesn't want to be named, but in the current environment, it's incredibly difficult for you people to determine what's genuine and what's fake. I've been watching your memes and other content, and you seem to be creating them.
I noticed that some of the memes are humorous, but others aren't.
I haven't spoken about this publicly before, but let me be absolutely clear. I have nothing to do with Puffy. People love to make up stories, but don't lump me in with someone else's mess. I've done my fair share of things, but this isn't one of them. I haven't been anywhere near that man, and I definitely haven't done anything reckless. So if you ever hear someone saying otherwise, know that it's a complete lie. And for the record, I don't even like baby oil.
Laughs.
Seriously, that's a no-go for me. I haven't actually said this out loud before, so you're hearing it from me for the first time. Usually, I don't waste my time responding to nonsense. People say the wildest things, and I let most of it slide.
But this time,
y'all took it too far. The memes, the jokes, they started to get under my skin. They were everywhere, and I won't lie, they made me mad. So, while performing at a comedy show in San Diego, I decided to set the record straight. I said exactly what I'm telling you now. I have no connection to Diddy. People want to create drama, but I needed to draw a line. I made it very clear. I haven't been around those freaks.
That's exactly what I said. I don't hang with them. I don't associate with them.
I wanted people to understand that I'm not part of that world.
Some of these crazy rumors go way back.
One of them claims that when I was dating J.Lo, I was close to Diddy. There's even a story that I got into a fight with Will Smith and Jada because they allegedly tried to invite her into a threesome.
Yeah, you heard that right.
It sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? But people will believe anything they see online. And now, folks are acting like I should take everything they say seriously. Like I should believe every single wild rumor out there.
Come on now.
I don't know what music has to do with any of this, but since we're here, let's be real. I'm just here minding my business, doing my thing, and looking good while doing it.
And if I'm looking at any black guys that are A-listers that's bigger than Diddy.
Just arrived in Goa. So, what do you think about all these accusations? There are so many rumors floating around, so feel free to say whatever's on your mind. I understand. Thank you.
Miss Pye, Will Smith's former assistant, recently spoke out and made some shocking claims. He alleged that he once walked in on Will cheating on Jada with actor Dwayne Martin. There have been rumors for years that Will might be gay, and some even say that's the reason behind Jada's resentment toward him.
But did Will know these rumors were out there?
According to the assistant, Will was involved in some wild parties, and it wasn't just speculation. He claimed to have witnessed things firsthand. He says that one time, he caught Will and Dwayne in the act. He explained that Hollywood operates in a fast-paced environment where everything happens quickly and people are constantly on the move. He recalled that one day, while on set, he was urgently asked to locate Will. He was running around the studio trying to find him, but Will wasn't in his dressing room. Thinking he might be in the cafeteria, he checked there, but Will was nowhere to be found. However, his car was still parked outside, so he knew Will had to be around somewhere. Since he also had access to Dwayne Martin's dressing room, he decided to check there. While his walkie-talkie and cell phone were buzzing with people asking where Will was, he unlocked the door and walked in. What he saw left him stunned. For a moment, he just stood there trying to process what he was seeing. According to his claim, Dwayne Martin was engaged in a sexual act with Will Smith. He described the scene, saying there was a couch, and Dwayne was standing while Will was involved in the encounter.
He was in complete shock.
Beyond this, there are also serious allegations regarding Jaden Smith and claims that he may have been subjected to abuse at the hands of Diddy. These accusations are disturbing, and if true, they paint a dark picture of what happens behind closed doors in Hollywood. Of course, these are just claims, and in today's world, it's hard to separate truth from fiction. Rumors spread fast, and the internet fuels speculation. But with so many people speaking out, it makes you wonder, how much of it is real? Additionally, there is growing evidence that Will was sexually assaulting his own kid, which is why Jaden cut ties with Hollywood. Jaden Smith had the opportunity to become the most famous person in Hollywood if he so desired, but he chose to give up acting entirely and leave that repulsive environment. You were aware that your husband was abusing boys and your son, but you didn't do anything about it.
B told me everything. Jay told me that you knew Will was sitting in your chair. He wondered why he didn't mention that in his TK interview.
He told me everything. But the most crucial thing was that he knew Will Smith. Jaden Basher and I, Mills, have said repeatedly that he had nothing to do with Diddy, but he hasn't yet spoken out on behalf of the victims.
Will was Diddy's close buddy for.
50 Cent claims that all of this is because he was associated with Diddy and is now attempting to protect his own reputation. A documentary about P is coming out, and there are pictures showing him at Diddy's after parties. Why hasn't he stood up and assisted the police? Absolutely. Did Diddy Puff do it correctly? I am the only one who has been loud about this for a long time before it really happened, and you have been talking about it a lot on social media. What's the reason you never attended those parties back in the day? I know what's going on there.
The industry, the type of people that are controlling the industry, the attacks that people face from the media if they try to speak out is always the same. They're called crazy. And an example of one such individual
Of course, but is there a reason you never did? I'm just not with all that freaky stuff. This has been going on for a while. And then no one was, they're just WIS he's saying this, and now it's coming out like crazy.
And I didn't participate either.
__. You go to the 1990s and KD claimed that he paid him to kill Tupac, so it's a little like you get the craziest accusations you had. TMZ made a documentary series about Tub, but the show is about the fall of Diddy. You're one of the first people in entertainment to really call out people and kind of have that authority in that to be able to call people out.
It is rather remarkable.
You're kind of draining the swamp of Hollywood, yes. I don't have a peer group of artists who are required to do what I'm doing, nor do I have a support system. I've had to work alone from the start, so I don't necessarily have a duty to treat Jaden a certain way in their eyes. Just take a look at how Will treated him and the emotional scars it left on him. Music. Sometimes my dad simply pulls his trousers down while I'm at school.
Hey, well, it's always yes.
Will never stops playing, and his playing, okay, kiss. What do you think? Is Jaden still too old to have a kiss from his beloved father? Jaden leaped up and fled, but he denied that he was attempting to kiss me.
He stated that he would try to kiss me or anybody else after the set. You can't miss this moment on your feeds because I like Justin Bieber. Let's speak about brotherly love. At Coachella, Justin Bieber kisses his friend Jaden Smith on the cheek. I'm enjoying myself right now. Viral footage demonstrates Justin is kissing his brother in a way that has gone viral on the internet. He's like a brother to me. Jaden sneaks up from behind the Biebs and grabs his waist for a little dance. Yes, these two have a long history together. Diddy's close associates have already verified that Will Smith appears on the freak-off recordings that the FBI seized. Will is aware that he will soon be discovered and is making every effort to disassociate himself. Oneself from the circumstance. Jada has already threatened to sue anybody who alleges she had a relationship with Diddy. Compared to Diddy, who else on the black side are black actors or black professionals in the industry who are on the A-list? It's difficult to believe that Diddy is black, but if you have the A-listers, you'll see that he ran with that black person who is that Rat Pack. I won't even mention their names since they stated I mispronounced their names the previous time. What's his name? What the fuck is the other man doing? Kushner Leonardo, he? His name is Man. I don't follow these cats, but I've heard that there are more recordings out there than the one that's being shown. People also have a lot of tapes that may be out there about what they are hearing because of him and his actions with other people. I don't want to see the tapes, but I do want to know if they are true because if they do have some tapes that are with some underage people, whether they are celebrities or not, it's going to be crazy. Bro.
48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy, they're having the times of their lives, like, you know, where we hanging out and what we doing, we can't really disclose.
It's going to be really crazy, and they'll have to bring that to forefront because prosecutors are going to want those tapes and they are going to should take whatever legal action is necessary to obtain those tapes. Diddy recently declared that he would sue NBC News for airing a documentary about his crimes. It's interesting to note that this $100 million lawsuit is just one of many that Diddy intends to bring. In reality, he wants to intimidate 50 Cent and prevent him from producing his documentary. Documents acquired by E! News show that Diddy.com is suing NBC for $100 million over their Peacock documentary on him. The founder of Bad Boy Records filed a lawsuit on February 12. Combs, who is currently incarcerated on sex trafficking and racketeering charges, filed a lawsuit against NBC Universal seeking $100 million after the media company's streaming service, Peacock, released the documentary Diddy: The Making of a Bad Boy. Combs claims that NBC Universal intentionally and carelessly broadcast the documentary, which contained allegations that the rapper committed crimes like serial murder and sexual assault of minors without any supporting evidence, according to the filing. Among other things, by fabricating and disseminating these lies, defendants want to profit from the public's desire for scandal at the cost of Mr. S.'s right to a fair trial and with no respect for the truth. It turns out that 50 Cent, who was always against Diddy and always described him as a troublesome person, recently revealed that he had produced a documentary series for Netflix. I'm eager to watch how everyone who has attempted to voice their opinions on this turns out. The actor Orlando Brown, who was on Disney, is one example of someone who experienced these kinds of attacks. I recall everyone telling us that he was completely insane and deranged when he was saying a lot of things that at the time sounded crazy, especially about Diddy. This is an example of someone who tried to speak out about the industry and the types of people who are controlling it. The conditions are that you have to say no. The Diddy is the fall guy. If there is new booty in the building, you know he will get it. Don't take your girlfriend to a Diddy party. You can, but he won't. Speaking of Jeffrey Epstein, specifically the Netflix documentary series you've been working on, did he do it? You've been claiming for years that you feel you knew Diddy's character, but you've claimed you weren't involved in that lifestyle. You didn't attend the party, so what gives you the utmost confidence that the accusations we've seen against him are true? Well, I'm as shocked by the accusations as everyone else is. I didn't make them or encourage others to say these things. They just came to light, and I see it in the news like everyone else. But I did find it awkward the way you would suggest that we go to these projects to party together. And that...
Because I know the topic is sensitive. What happened to Usher?
I heard about some music executive from the industry back in Harlem. You know, I heard it from some music executives.
Attacked Jay-Z and his team but had no answer, so I will state that the concerted and desperate attempts to target me as counsel for claimed victims are failing. 50 Cent. There is a claim that the new documentary series, Diddy Do It, which is scheduled to premiere in early 2025, has unique information on Jay-Z and Diddy's relationship. Jay-Z and Diddy and a teenager, 13-year-old teenager, and we were speaking about just the statement, right? The statement you were saying you felt like that was calculated, that was. Yeah, that the statement is something from you can tell it was written by a lawyer because it sort of becomes hostile at one point, and he says things like, "You're going to find out like how I'll handle this with the intention of being belligerent with another lawyer who isn't like you. A publicist wouldn't say those things, but this is on your this is on and it says, I don't know what's going on. But are we still going to have the Super Bowl? I'm just asking for a friend. Yes, I'm asking for Kendry, and I'm just trying to figure out if we're still doing everything the way because, look, they'll fall back, but be like the NFL, they won't necessarily be associated with that Right now, it's obvious that the walls are closing in on Will Smith. He can try to deny his ties to Diddy all he wants, but the evidence is mounting, 50 Cent isn't backing down. And if the rumors about those FBI tapes are true, then I'm going to Dre's studio and just sit with Dre L.
Maybe I stay out of trouble.
If accurate, Will Smith may not be able to flee this much longer. What do you think? Is he really attempting to hide his identity, or is he only rushing to hide his traces before it's too late?
Please share your opinions in the comments below.
Convinced me. Away from it just that long you didn't realize how much stuff was coming. For example, when I saw it today, there were accusations made against Jay-Z that he drugged 3 men. To be honest, it's a long time when people don't remember being violated for 20 years, so it makes me feel a little strange. What do you think about the accusations against Jay-Z? I didn't know exactly what I was saying when I was saying it, but I was wondering where Jay was at, and he was quiet and angry. While the Puffy thing was going on, it's clear now that his team was informed that he was involved in those claims as well, so, I hope everything works out because the internal things that are happening with his family are weird.
Their parents' failures are startling.
After Justin Bieber turned 15, it seemed like Hollywood was eager to almost initiate him. I believe that's the right word to use, he had to go through this initiation. I want you to feel extremely uneasy right now and watch this video of him interacting with Diddy.
Have you seen the movie 48 Hours?
Justin is now spending 48 hours with Diddy, and he and his child are having a great time of their lives, such as where we hang out and what we do, which we can't really reveal, but it's undoubtedly a 15-year-old's dream, and I have been granted custody of him.
You know that he signed the usher, and I have legal guardianship of him.
However, over the course of the next 48 hours, he's with me, so and we're going to go completely crazy. Diddy was granted 48 hours of formal guardianship of a 13-year-old child, but he has yet to disclose what he did to Justin. Additionally, I want to show you this montage that was shared by Evive magazine. They do a great job on their TikTok of Justin Bieber again, at the age of 15, in Hollywood with a bunch of adults.
Please let me know if any of this resonates with you as usual.
Justin isn't allowed to speak out about what Diddy did, according to either claim. Claps. Wow, Lean, I feel raped right now.